And oh my God, I'm so excited for the topic of today. Today we're gonna talk about the German stare. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this. One of my favorite topics. Is it a real thing? Is it a myth? Yeah, we're gonna talk about this today. I can't wait. But first, thank you so much for being here, for supporting me, for watching this, listening to Culture Core, where every accent belongs. It's like so beautiful to see it grow every day. So keep supporting, keep pushing this podcast, recommending it to your friends, subscribing, put on notifications so you won't miss any future episodes, and text me, write me, yeah, your experiences, your knowledge, your thoughts on everything. Leave a feedback, everything. You know the drill. You know the drill. I know you know. I know you know. So now I actually want to share a comment with you. This comment made me really happy. Someone commented, "Thankfully, I watched your content before going to Berlin earlier in the year. Helped me understand the country and people. Thank you." Someone else replied, "These videos are very educational, LOL." And someone else replied also, "Yes, plus in a funny way." Oh my God, because I just wanted to share funny videos, yeah, and show you how German culture is. And yeah, it's really nice to see that it's really educational. And sometimes when I'm outside and I meet you guys, people from my community, so when my followers recognize me from the internet and we chit chat, it's like they say the same things. They say like, "Oh my God, through your videos, I really just understood German culture or in general culture." So it's really nice, and I want to keep doing it, of course, but also this made me or motivated me to share more knowledge about different cultures. I know that this is really German cored, like every episode is very heavy on German culture, but this is actually what most of my community wanna see. And I have the best knowledge about German culture. But as you know, also I'm shaped by multiple cultures, not only German. My father is Italian, my mother from Africa, specific Togolese and Ivorian. And yeah, I really want to share this insider knowledge about different cultures. And I want to invite other internet personalities that are shaped by other cultures to this podcast. So what do you think about this? A lot of you guys already texted me, so when are you inviting interview guests? Yeah, and I'm like, come on guys, you know me, I'm already planning. It still takes a little bit of time and adjusting, yeah, organization, but if you want it, recommend or text me already, leave some feedback in the comment section. Who do you want me to invite? Do you want me to invite somebody? And yeah, that's officially my teaser for the future. Yeah. And yeah, it's really nice to know that my videos are to some people very educational, not only funny, but also educational. And then I was thinking like one elementary part of German culture, yes, you really have to know about is the German stare. Like German stare, very important thing, and very important to know about this, because when you go to Germany without knowing or without the knowledge of this German stare, it's going to be a big culture shock for you. We don't want that. I don't want you to be traumatized when you go to Germany. Oh my God. So listen, okay? Listen to this episode and get to know the German stare. Yeah, okay, this is gonna be fun. My goal of this episode is definitely also that you don't think about the German stare in a negative way alone, yeah, because I know that when you don't know anything about the German stare, that it's like irritating, and you're like, why? Why are you staring at me like that? Oh my God, bro, what did I do wrong to you? I'm gonna prove to you today it's not your fault. So, since I'm posting in the internet and posting about German culture, German skits, I've been posting many versions, many videos about the German stare. A lot of videos. And yeah, I'm gonna show them, a few of them right now to you. So here are some visuals. Let's go. What the fuck? Whoa. What is her problem? What the fuck? Okay. She's so weird. Oh, wow. Oh my God. What is your problem? Oh, I just really like your shoes. Bruh. my god, guys, I just love the German stare. The German stare. It's just so fun recording these videos. So for those who couldn't see the visuals or can't see in general, I'm gonna describe it and describe my expressions, my facial expressions. So in these videos, I was just staring at you. Yeah, it was the point of view of the watcher, and my facial expression very blunt and shameless, like I'm watching through you, staring through your body actually. So from your point of view, you're looking at me and you're like, why is this person staring at me? So with the German stare, you can't really figure out why the person is staring at you, because I'm not smiling, I'm not like looking disgusted. So it's not because maybe because she likes my outfit, or maybe she doesn't like my face. Like, you can't really know. This is what the German stare looks like, seems like. And I also read a comment. A person really had a good definition of the German stare. I totally agree, and I'm going to read it to you. So, the German stare describes the phenomenon of intense, often neutral, and prolonged eye contact that Germans make with strangers. This can feel strange or unsettling for foreigners, but is considered normal in Germany. It can range from non-verbal communication to simply observing someone, and often carries no ill intent. However, it can still feel uncomfortable if you're not used to it. This is so on point, and one thing that was really important in this definition, and this is also my opinion, is that the German stare, there is most of the time, no negative intention. Of course, you feel uncomfortable if you're like sitting there and people just stare at you. Your first thought is like, what do you want? Warte, WTF, yeah? This is why in all of my videos about the German stare, at the end, I kind of try to make a twist at the end, a funny twist or a friendly twist after this scary staring situation, a little bit scary and creepy. The end is always a twist like, oh, I just really like your trousers. Or, oh, I just really like your shoes. Oh no, you were staring at me. I wasn't staring at you. And I did this on purpose because I wanted to show that in real life, if you ever, because I have to say I experienced it, I was sometimes addressing it, even though I'm used to it. Sometimes like the staring was so, oh my God, it's crazy. I got mad and I went and talked to the people staring at me. And I was like, what are you looking at? Nah? And they were always saying like, oh, you're just so beautiful. Or I really like your outfit and stuff. So most of the time, it's really not a bad intention. It's just curiosity most of the time. And this is exactly what this person in his definition said as well. Like, not in a negative way. I'm just observing, yeah, because I'm curious. So is it true in general? Is the German stare really a thing, or is it just like, am I exaggerating? I have some real comments about the German stare, so reactions of people from my community under my videos. Let's read them. When I moved to the UK, I had to be taught it was rude to stare, and I lost so many lunchtimes over it. I used to think I had bird poop on my head in my first few months of being in Germany. Now I understand it's just normal. Like, this I can relate to, as I said, even though I'm from here. Sometimes the staring is crazy. It's crazy, yeah. I thought myself many times I have something in my face, because I really thought, I was like, there has to be something on my face. No reason sometimes, no reason. No bird poop needed. That was one of the craziest things I had to get used to when I lived in Germany. After a while, you just start to move in a way that you don't pay attention to it. It is what it is. I can totally agree. Sometimes when I'm with my sister or with someone outside and people are staring, or my friends, like, do you see how badly they are staring and stuff? I'm like, not really. Not because I'm ignorant or it's like, when you're used to it, sometimes I'm in the mood to recognize it or notice it, and sometimes I'm not in the mood, and then I just have this Tunnelblick, how do you say in English, this, you don't see what's around you, you don't see what's happening around you, because like, kein Bock, yeah, I'm not in the mood anymore, enough is enough, so it's not really, I don't care anymore, you know what I mean? So I'm not seeing it. Unconsciously, I feel like, of course, on purpose, I'm not seeing it. First time I went to Germany, I told my then girlfriend that her people stare at me. She said I was imagining things. She's now my wife, and after some quick research affirmed with this video, she was fully unaware her culture does this. Yeah, also very interesting because concerning every cultural things, tell me if you agree, but a lot of things are stereotypical. But sometimes when I talk about these topics, very little comments are like, this is not true, this is such a stereotype. And I'm aware of that, but I don't start every video with, by the way, I don't mean every German person. Of course, I don't mean every German person. We are all individuals and not everyone. But yeah, also sometimes when you're from the culture, for example, myself, before I was traveling, before I saw more of the world, I didn't know how German I behave. I didn't know. Especially when you're doing it for yourself. For example, when you're from here, you stare and you don't really notice that you're doing it. And then you don't notice that people are doing it to you as well. So yeah, I know that a lot of Germans would deny it, that the German stare exists, but you can't deny it. You can't. So many more people are agreeing, are always agreeing, and these comments, they speak for themselves. Next one. I'm German and I don't know why, but when I'm alone, for example, shopping, I have a grumpy face. But I am not grumpy. While doing that, I don't care about anyone. When Germans are sitting in a cafe or in the park, we love watching people going by. That's it. Yeah, literally. So this is definitely a reason for the German stare. Just curiosity, just observing. It's just kind of fun. And the grumpy face, I feel like, do you know this sometimes when people look at you and you're like, you should smile more. Why are you doing this grumpy face? Or they're like, are you sad? Are you mad? What's wrong? And you're in your head just like, bro, my face is just relaxed. This is just my face in a relaxed position, in a relaxed version. Like, I'm not mad at all. I feel like this is also a thing behind the German stare. And to me, it makes actually sense because Germans are really direct and blunt and not trying to impress people most of the time. You know what I mean? They just are authentic and act the way they feel. So not really empathetic for their surrounding. And this could be the reasoning behind the German stare as well. If they just relax and it looks grumpy, but they just don't care what people think of them. So they wouldn't care if people would say, oh, she looks grumpy. You know what I mean? So they just look grumpy because why not? Why not? They don't care. Okay, next. It happened to me for the first time in a flight to Frankfurt and I stared back. And the lady didn't even stop doing it. Oh yeah. Have you experienced this? The German stare is crazy as well because, oh my God, especially the older ones. The younger ones, they don't stare that much. Really not. But the older ones, sometimes I was shocked myself. When I was younger, even younger, I was like, sometimes when people were staring at me, I stared back because I was like, enough is enough, Alter. Enough is enough. Nee, I'm gonna stare back. And for the first couple of times, it wasn't easy. I didn't win. I never won because they just didn't quit. They didn't stop. And I was somehow intimidated. I was like, oh, it was like this. Okay, now I'm going to stare back. And then I noticed that they won't stop. And I was like, and then I went off because it's like this contest. Now I win all the time. Like, come on, guys. You can't win against me. Now you have no chance, yeah? But yeah, you have to be strong for the German staring contest. I moved from Germany to Hungary and my friends always ask, what's my problem? Even though I'm just normally looking at them in the German stare. Yeah. This shows again, sometimes you don't know you're doing it. I don't know, maybe I'm doing it or maybe I was doing it a few years ago. I don't know. Yeah. As Ausländer, so foreigner, since day one, I love the German stare. For me, it shows confidence and observance. I do that to people too. Locked eyes is important. Oh my God. Nee, I'm sorry, I can't. Nee, I don't agree. The perfect timing to talk about what I think of this German stare. I know that it's not like in a negative way. They don't mean it like that. But still, bro, I had sometimes interactions, my sister as well, when people stared at us like way too much in a restaurant or something. And then we confronted them and we're like, bro, this is rude. You don't do that. Bad manners. And they were like, oh no, we just really like your outfit. And then sometimes we responded like, okay, it's nice to hear that you're just staring at me because you like my outfit. But still, I felt uncomfortable the whole time. So you can't just stare at me and think that I know what you're thinking. You know what I mean? So this is actually what I still feel about this. And depending on the mood, I'm going to confront you or stare back or not. Yeah, depends. But sometimes it's just too much. We should really be a little bit more aware of how we seem to other people or what effects we have on other people, you know? To my surprise, Germans are super sweet and nice. What they are is very dry and direct, which throws an American off. Yeah, totally. So proves again, or is my point, like it's not, they don't mean it like that. It's not in a negative way. But if you're not used to it, if you're a foreigner, if it's not your culture, of course, it's like shocking. Yeah. Back when I first started university, there was this guy in one of my lectures who stared at me exactly like that the entire semester, all the time. Then, after our final exam, he came up to me and asked if I wanted to go to the cafeteria with him. He said he'd always been curious about where I was from, and after that, we became good friends. Sometimes an angry-looking stare isn't actually an angry stare. Exactly, so out of curiosity, still I think just go there earlier maybe and warn them like, hey, I'm staring at you just because I feel like you're cool. But whatever, yeah. So all of these comments were presenting a more positive point of view. And this is what was my goal with this episode, to show you it's not your fault, yeah? Don't worry, like it's not you. It's them. It's a German stare. Most of the time they like you, and that's why they are staring. But of course, it's annoying sometimes. And here I have some comments that show the negative point of view or the disadvantages of a German stare. Okay. So this couple was seriously staring at us at the S-Bahn yesterday, like we had blood stains on our shirts or something. Then my friend asked, like, what's up with the staring, yeah? And one of them told us our dressing pisses them off. To them, it's their tax money we are using. Bro, this is a typical one, yeah. Ignorant me that's been here for barely 2 months, I almost told them to stop looking at me. Only thing was my German is still a 2 out of 10. Yeah, I get it. Oh my God, by the way, do you hate it as well so much when you're abroad, for example, and you just want to argue with people, but you don't manage to find the words, and you're like, in my language, I would finish you, yeah, in this argument, but yeah, I can't. So you win. Of course, some staring is negative and not in a good way at all, and like ridiculously bad manners, yeah. Off-putting, disrespectful, and very annoying. I always said you can't be staring at folks in the States. You're definitely getting checked, and probably with some aggressions. It's actually considered rude unless you are in Germany. Tell me in the comments. I really want to know. Like, obviously, the German stare, it's called the German stare. So it's a German thing, but definitely not only in Germany, but definitely in other cultures, or most of the cultures, staring in general is considered rude. And I have to say that I really find it funny that this wording even exists. The German stare. I didn't know a few years ago. Like, I heard of the German stare. I was like, I always knew about it, but I didn't know that globally people know about it. And there's this wording of the German stare. You know what I mean? This proves that it's a very German thing, but it has to be a thing somewhere else as well. So tell me, how is it in your culture when people stare at you? How do you interpret it? I am German, and I must admit, it's true. And I always thought that it was weird, and I am glad people from abroad noticed it, and I'm not just imagining it. Absolutely, yeah. Because as I said, some people here, they deny it. You can't deny it. But they do. They're like, not a thing. And I feel like this is more a confession. Like, people from here that deny the German stare Come on, you're doing it. Don't lie to me. You're doing it, and this is why you're denying it. Don't lie to me, nee. As a German, I have to say, I found the Japanese stare even more intense. They will stare and not break eye contact when you look at them. Okay, interesting. I don't know. We might have another culture now here, another candidate. Is the Japanese stare a thing? I never heard of it. This is really interesting. Tell me in the comments if you experience anything like that. Maybe it's not only the German stare, it's also the Japanese stare. Huh. Interesting. Please don't do this to New York. You all got your warning. And I'm talking about the real New York, not upstate. So another example that shows you can't do that, yeah, in every culture. Apparently don't do it in New York. I don't know. People from New York tell me, is this really like not allowed? Is it dangerous when you do it? I'm a Filipina living and working in Germany. And staring for me is rude. I'm still trying to get used to the staring here in Germany, but sometimes it's a bit too much, especially because we grew up in a different culture. We don't stare that long unless we intend to disrespect others. Even with our parents, staring at them when they're angry means we are fighting back. We usually lower our eyes in front of our elders to show respect. So if a German is staring at me, I don't stare back. It gives me the creeps. I don't know if they like me or not. And the only way to approach us is not by staring, but by literally telling us up front to our face so we know, because that is what we are used to. We don't assume. Staring for us doesn't mean anything positive. It just feels creepy, more like a threat, and makes us anxious. So thank you so much for this comment, because this comment was like has had so many details and is like a really good insight in your culture. And I have to say that when I read this, I was like, oh, I get it. I feel you a little bit when I think of African culture or my mom's culture, so Togolese and Ivorian. Like in African culture, you have to be respectful towards older people, parents, uncles, grandparents. Like definitely you don't talk to them in a bad way at all. And even these facial expressions, big eyes staring in this way, is like disrespectful. So I get it. And the thing with the assuming and guessing what do you mean and stuff, I get it totally. I feel like when you're not from Germany and you come here, it's a lot of guessing. It's difficult. So we often laugh about these things, but to many people it's really difficult adjusting. You come here and you have to guess all the time. People stare at you and you have to think for yourself, oh my god, okay, it's not my fault, it's just a thing here. Yeah, it's exhausting, definitely. I get it, and I'm really sorry for everyone who comes here and feels disrespected, or because the Germans are so blunt and direct sometimes. Like, it can be painful, definitely. I get it. So yeah, I hope still that this podcast, for example, helps, or my content. And always remember, it's not your fault. In general, when you're visiting another country or experiencing or getting to know another culture, always try to not take it personal, and try to see it from another perspective. Yeah, you actually have to always assume first, or this is what I recommend. I don't know this culture, maybe it's a thing here, I did nothing wrong, it can't be my fault. So observe first and maybe talk to people or listen to this podcast that are from the culture and ask them, like, I experienced this, I felt like weird or uncomfortable, can you help me? And most of the time, or a lot of times, people will tell you, oh, this is just a thing here, don't take it personal. Yeah. So these were only a few comments. There were so many, but I feel like these comments really spoke for themselves. If you have any questions or thoughts on this, just write them under this video, comment. My personal experience, to round it up, I would say again, like, the German stare is something that I always noticed in my childhood as well. And when I was younger, I I remember that I didn't know what it is, but me and my friends, we were always like, we noticed it, but we weren't really thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, for example, a situation in summer when we were outside at the lake or something, and people were staring at us, and we were making jokes out of it, like, who's gonna confront them, and what will you say? What would you say? What would you say? And we were always like feeling so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go up there, and then I'm gonna say, hey, do you want a passport picture of me or what? Why are you staring at me? And we were like, oh, good one, yeah. So we made jokes out of it, and we're like imagining what we would say if we would confront them. So this was a thing, but back then it wasn't like, that's the German stare. And when I got older, it annoyed me for a long period of time, and I was always quite like aggressive and angry, confronting them. What do you want? Yeah, what do you want? With the time, people kept saying or showing me that it wasn't in a negative way. They just liked the way I looked, or now we're just not doing it on purpose and stuff. And now it's like, depending on my mood, some days I'm ignoring it. Sometimes I don't really notice it because I'm used to it, and sometimes I'm like in the mood for confronting, and I'm like, okay, this is too much. I know, yeah, we are in Germany, yeah, I know, we do it here, I'm from here, but this is too much. Stop, please stop. Yeah. So to end this, I really want to repeat myself. Don't take it personally. Never. It's not your fault. It's just the German stare. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna keep doing skits about this because this never gets old. And yeah, I hope I see you next week, same time, same place. I'm here Wednesday, 4 p.m. German time, depending on where you live, of course. But just remember, Wednesday, I'll be there. Will you be there? And don't forget to subscribe, put on notifications so you won't miss any future episode. Like, comment, share, recommend it to your friends, leave a feedback. You know the drill. Yeah, and can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye. Culture Core, where every accent belongs.